All right, Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and honors to you, Akim, out there that's sincerely continue to labor in his work in all true faith and sincerity. Now, this is the book of Jeremiah 50 and 25. The Lord hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord, power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. So basically, when you go into the scripture, in the weapons of the Lord indignation, is basically the nuclear missiles, all right? Because, all right, this work is going to befall the Chaldeans, which is basically the modern day Edomites, which are you so-called white people. When you go into that word Chaldeans, basically mean magicians, all right? And that's what these devils is all about, witchcraft. And when you bring this information out to the average person, all right, telling them, thus said the Bible, America will be destroyed by nuclear missiles, they look at you crazy, all right? Some will even laugh you to scorn. And you know what? That's fair, man. That's fair, okay? Because these people perceive the Bible to be an ancient book. And when you basically connect a modern term such as nuclear missiles with the Bible, then you're right, they're going to look at you crazy, okay? But that's a part of the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, all right? It was set up to be a stumbling block. But indeed, the Most High will destroy America by way of nuclear missiles. Why is that? Because that's the same pit that this so-called white man dug for all the other nations, all right? That's the same snare he set for the other nations. And what I mean by that, this devil, all right, had the technology to create these nuclear missiles, and he basically waved that over everybody's head. Okay. He threatened you with his military might, so he'll be able to come into your land and take your resources and set up embassies. All right. But that same snare that he set for everybody else, guess what? He's going to fall in that same pit. That's why the perfection of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, all right, he made it where these other nations begin to possess that very technology, all right, that nuclear capability. Because he's going to use the very thing that the so-called white man used to seize control of the planet and maintain control of the planet. He's going to use that very thing to take them down. All right? So I'm going to read it again, Jeremiah 50. Now that we got a little insight on it, let's read it again. All right, Jeremiah 50 and 25. The Lord hath opened his armory. And we're in the times where that armory is being open. All right? And where open basically means reveal. Okay? So now we're in the times where these you look at North Korea, Iran, all right, they basically have parades, and they parade their missiles up and down the street, all right, flexing their muscles. Basically, that's the Most High opening his armory. That's the Most High letting you know by way of these other nations, look, we got nuclear missiles over here, man. All right, so by opening that armory, that means revealing the armory, man. All right, these different nations, you see it, all right. They parade these ICBMs up and down the street. Basically, they flexing their muscle, all right? But that's a fulfillment of Jeremiah 50 and 25, all right? The Lord hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation, all right? So these weapons of mass destruction is basically the weapons of the Most High, okay? Now, for this is the work of the Lord, power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. And the land of the Chaldeans is basically America, all right? Now, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, and verse 16. Yeah. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. So the Most High, all right, he using these scientists, all right, which are the modern day blacksmith, to create that instrument for his work, all right, which is that waster, which is the nuclear missiles. Because out of all the weapons that's on the planet Earth, all right, there's only one weapon that can totally waste, all right, and it started back with the atomic bomb, but now you got nuclear missile capability, which shadowed the atomic bomb by light years, man. All right, these nuclear missiles have warheads in them, and a lot of the ICAN been bringing out that missile that Russia has, Satan, the Satan 2, which basically can wipe out the whole eastern seaboard. All right, one missile. So these are the weapons of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Because every person is under subjection of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, nothing has resisted the will of the Lord on the right hand or on the left hand. All right, even the wicked is working for the Most High. So these scientists creating these missiles is basically doing the bidding of the Most High. Because as it is written, this will be a lake of fire. All right, America will become a lake of fire, and there's only one way to do that when you stack up all the different forms of weapons. All right, and that's by way of nuclear missiles, which the Most High is the one that ordained or put that together. All right, book of Isaiah, chapter 13, and we start at 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. And that's in play right now, because you got a lot of people going to these elites and letting them know about, you got Israelites out there proclaiming the downfall of America, Babylon, all right? Verse 3, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together, the Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So that's dealing with the nuclear missiles, all right? It said it come from one end of heaven, all right? And when that means the sky, okay? So one day your people going to look up, and in the sky, coming from the other part of the sky, the other part of the world, the eastern hemisphere, you're going to look up and you're going to see over 200 million missiles coming to destroy the whole land, all right? And that's basically saying the whole land of America. Verse 6, howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. So basically, when these missiles hit, all right, it's going to be spearheaded by Russia. It's not going to be from the other nations. It's going to be ultimately from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, all right, bringing his judgment, finally bringing that judgment on the so-called white man. All right? Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And when you examine that, that lets you know that that's talking about the missiles, because anyone to tell you the worst feeling is knowing that you're about to die, all right? So when you look up in the air and you see your destruction coming, you damn right your hands going to be faint, and your heart going to be melt, all right? And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Yeah, you're going to be with a person. When you see the missiles, you're going to look at them like, do you believe this? You see what I'm saying? All right? Because the Most High know how to bring judgment. Okay? He created you. He the one gave you that instinct of fear. All right? Verse 9, behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and furious anger, to lay the land desolate and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Yeah, because this land is going to be a desolate wilderness once those missiles hit. All right, this land will never be occupied again. Verse 10, for the stars of heaven and the constellations therefore shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. Yeah, because once all those missiles hit America, you're going to have millions of mushroom clouds that's going to cover the sky, man. It's going to be great darkness for a minute, all right? It's not going to just be 24 hours. It's going to last for a minute. Because for one, the Most High got to cleanse this land for all this filthiness, man. He's going to have to cleanse this land, all right, for the blood that was shed on this land by way of the Native American Indians, you so-called blacks, all right, when you came over here in slavery, all the filthy, lewd acts that the so-called white man do, all right, as far as transgenders and faggots and lesbians running rampant, all right, eating pork, all right. Most High going to have to cleanse all this with fire, all right. So, basically pretty much that's it. I hope this was edifying, and I hope you people out there was warned, because the dreadful day of the Lord is at hand, all right. Until the next time, shalom to the elect.